And we are live. Welcome back to Takes by Fans. We got a great show for you today. As always, we are live every single day at noon Eastern. If you want to watch live, head over to twitch.tv/takesbyfans. If you want to watch but not live, head over to our YouTube channel, Takes by Fans. We post all of our shows and clips of the show there on a daily basis. And if you just want to listen, we are on podcasting apps, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. So, however you want to watch or listen, we've got you covered in multiple ways. Alrighty, folks. Today is a big, ginormous Thursday because the NBA is back, baby. Woo! And with the NBA, y'all know what comes with that. Betting the NBA, folks. It's been a couple of days. We're not gonna lie. It's been tough. We're breaking out in some sweat some nights, not being able to bet on the NBA, but it is back, folks. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games on where we can find value and win some money. Am I right, folks? Yes, win a little bit of money. Yes, folks. So today on the show, that's really all we're going to be doing. We're going to very, very quickly start with the NFL, some quick stories very, very quickly. But I mean, this is what we're doing today, folks. We are getting right back on track in the betting world because we left off right before the All-Star break, folks. We were cashing in almost every single day. We were killing it. We had our finger on the pulse, folks, right before the All-Star break, and we're ready to pick up right where we left off. So today, we're going to be talking through all the matchups today, and we also are going to be predicting and reacting to the lines today. We don't do this during the NBA season. We only predict and react to the NFL lines. We don't do the NBA lines because, we would do a 3-hour show. If we had to every single day predict and react to, 3 to 10 NBA games every single day, we do 3-hour shows, which I'm cool with, but at the current moment, we do not have time for 3-hour shows. Maybe in the future, but not right now. So we will predict and react to the NBA lines today. We may also do it tomorrow just because, some teams are playing today, more teams will play tomorrow. I don't know if there's any back-to-backs for kind of the teams today and tomorrow, just getting every team kind of back in the flow of an NBA game. So we'll check what the games are tomorrow, and if they are all different and no back-to-backs, then we will predict and react to those lines as well tomorrow. We'll predict and react to the lines today, break it all down, and maybe we'll even do a little bit of prop betting as well, but we are focusing almost 100% on back to betting the NBA. Folks, I had to resort to betting on hockey in college basketball, and we were pretty decently successful, but now we're back at it, folks. The real deal, what we know and love, and what we can share with y'all, folks, betting in the NBA. So, and I woke up this morning. There was something in the air this morning. I couldn't put my finger on it, but I woke up. I was like, yeah, man, it smells like NBA betting season again. And it just got me going. I could not wait till today's show. And now here we are. So without further ado, folks, let's get this ball rolling. But before we get to the NBA, quick NFL stories to touch upon very quickly here. In this first one up, what the heck is going on here? Now, Jimmy Garoppolo, we never really wanted the 49ers to trade him. We don't believe in Trey Lance at all. I'm going to put that out right now. I do not believe in Trey Lance at all. I never even believed in Trey Lance before the season even started. And then we saw a game of him, and I don't know. We'll watch him again. He only had one game and all that. We'll watch him a little bit later in this offseason, but he was not impressive that one game. And I know he's a rookie, never started game one and all that. I understand that, folks. We understand, Trey Lance has really had no experience in the NFL. But that one game, I was like, that's the guy. I felt like Tom Brady. That's the motherfucker you're going to, trade away Jimmy Garoppolo for. So you can go with this motherfucker? Oh, okay. But now we're getting this here. ESPN's Adam Schefter says, quote, I don't think it's a lock that the 49ers trade Jimmy Garoppolo this year. Wow, well, that's counter to everything that we've been hearing. We heard that Jimmy Garoppolo and the 49ers were kind of like, all right, yeah, I'm ready to trade. Jimmy Garoppolo's saying, yeah, I'm cool to be traded. The 49ers were like, good, because we want to trade you. And they were both like, well, can I at least go to a good team? Jimmy Garoppolo wanted to go to a good team. The 49ers were like, yeah, you've done us well, so, we'll return the favor and send you to someone that has a chance of winning or getting into the playoffs with you as their quarterback. So now we get Adam Schefter kind of pulling a whole 180. Now are the 49ers kind of second guessing Trey Lance? Was this entire Jimmy Garoppolo kind of trade a little bit of a bluff to drive up Jimmy Garoppolo's trade value to maybe get in another quarterback that may be a little bit better than Jimmy Garoppolo? Because it never really seemed like the 49ers were all in on Trey Lance. Yeah, we heard from Kyle Shanahan in the offseason about, hey, yeah, Trey Lance is definitely going to be playing. It's not a matter if it's a matter of when, really. That's what the entire narrative for the 49ers was this offseason. When will Trey Lance make his debut? And it never came. And the 49ers got into the playoffs, and Jimmy Garoppolo came back down from behind week 18, last week of the season. This new 17-game schedule, folks, it's shifting everything, throwing everything off. But the final week of the NFL season, folks, do we have to remember Jimmy Garoppolo down at halftime in LA against the Super Bowl champions? The man came back against the Super Bowl champions to win that final game of the year and get into the playoffs. Now, if Jimmy Garoppolo lost that game, then yeah, absolutely. You got to get rid of Jimmy Garoppolo. He can't clutch it up. He can't get it done. You didn't make the playoffs. That's a really underwhelming year for this 49ers team that has a great defense, good head coach, solid weapons all around. But now that Jimmy Garoppolo got you into the playoffs, won you a couple of playoff games, you beat the Packers, that's huge. That's absolutely huge. So yeah, I think the 49ers are kind of thinking, yeah, maybe we don't trade Jimmy Garoppolo. At least, what's the rush this year? Why can't you go with Jimmy Garoppolo one more year? If you're truly believing in Trey Lance, let him sit another year. Look what sitting does. And, sitting, it is kind of a 50-50. Whether, you sit a quarterback for an entire year, don't even play him, don't even think about playing him, and then they come out, and we've kind of seen over the last, 20 years, it's a little bit of a 50-50. Obviously, the big name is Patrick Mahomes. He sat for the entire first year, and now look at this man. I mean, he's talking about one of the greatest of all time. If you started Patrick Mahomes year one, is he as good? Did he get a little bit banged up year one? Did he, develop some, quarterback PTSD year one that would have held him back to being what he is at the current moment? Obviously, we'll never know. We have Lamar Jackson. He didn't start year one. He played a couple of games that he played in the back end. He may have played in the back end of year one, but sat for some time. And then, now Lamar Jackson's very good. Obviously not as good as Patrick Mahomes. I think we can all agree on that. But, sitting for an entire year, it has proven to work, and it also has proven not to work. But, maybe the 49ers aren't that big on Trey Lance, and yeah, I would definitely agree with that. But now, this whole, hey, maybe let's pump the brakes on Jimmy G. I love it for the 49ers. I think Jimmy G is very solid. He doesn't, and with the 49ers offense this season, it's not like they had big-time wide receivers. They had Deebo Samuel that they were so infatuated with, developing him into a wide receiver / running back, a la Cordell Patterson, but way better than that, way more productive than that. So you didn't have, Jimmy Garoppolo, slinging the ball 25 yards down the field 30 times a game, really kind of, adamant on getting Deebo Samuel the ball, getting the ball out of Jimmy Garoppolo's hands quickly and all that. And then just not having the big pieces to kind of allow Jimmy Garoppolo to launch those deep balls, to take those deep shots the entire game. So we'll see what the 49ers decide to do. But this coming from Adam Schefter, it obviously holds some weight. We know Adam Schefter has been wrong, but, he has been right. He called Tom Brady's retirement. He called it. Everybody came out and said, oh, no, that's not true. That's not true. But at the end of the day, it was right. So yeah, I think we have to listen to Adam Schefter here, and I think this is great. And, everybody loves Trey Lance, and I don't understand why, but, with the 49ers kind of doing a 180 right at like the last moment, we're about to head into the official new league year. Beginning of March is when everything kind of truly kicks off for the next NFL season. So we'll keep an eye on the 49ers, but don't expect Jimmy Garoppolo to be traded like this. And I think the 49ers may stick with Jimmy Garoppolo this season, maybe one more time, give it another go. The man has proven to be clutch. The man has proven he can get you to the Super Bowl, get you into the playoffs. Obviously, winning is a little bit of a different beast, but I mean, getting to the Super Bowl, that's real good. You're going to throw away a quarterback, a guaranteed proven quarterback for Trey Lance? I don't know if I would do that. I actually know I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even drafted Trey Lance in the first place. So I'm taking Jimmy Garoppolo over Trey Lance any day of the week, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, when Jimmy Garoppolo's 50 and Trey Lance is still 35. I'm taking Jimmy Garoppolo. So we'll see what the 49ers decide to do. But then remember this, we brought this up yesterday, the Athletic, the big news Athletic publisher, they predicted that the San Francisco 49ers would trade Jimmy Garoppolo by the end of this month. That was yesterday, and now, that was 2 days ago, since we talked about it yesterday. 2 days ago, the Athletic was like, hey, Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be traded by the end of this month, and now yesterday we got Adam Schefter being like, yeah, he's not going to be traded this year, so Athletic, folks, man, oh man, I would kind of unsubscribe. I would unsubscribe to the Athletic, giving out these false predictions like that. All right, so we'll see what's happening with Jimmy Garoppolo. But the new news is that Adam Schefter doesn't think it's a lock that the man is traded this year. All right, next story up. Let's go over this quickly here. And yeah, this is exactly what you should be doing. Every team should be tailoring to their quarterback. I don't care what you believe in, what your game plan, what your offense already is, whatever the quarterback that you have and is going to be the starter for that year, you tailor the offense to them. So let's get in this article right here, because everyone's kind of like championing this, like, oh my God, yes. But it's like, this is what everybody should be doing. Once again, Adam Gase, that's the poster child, folks. Have that image in your mind. Do you want a team like Adam Gase, where Adam Gase has one offense, the only offense he could ever run, and it was only successful with Peyton Manning? So that tells us that his own system was not good by itself. It's because he had a Super Bowl Hall of Fame caliber top potential 10. We can go safe. Top 10 quarterback of all time in Peyton Manning. So, yeah, that's Adam Gase. Hey, I've got this system, and if you don't fit the system, then we lose games, and I will not take any responsibility. That's what you want on your team? The hell is that? No, thank you. But we get this. The Dolphins are going to, quote, tailor the offense around quarterback Tua Tagovailoa's strengths. Yes. If you've got a quarterback, you tailor the offense to them. I don't understand why this is like some big revelation that, like, oh my God, I can actually just call what he's good at. Oh, wow, who came up with that? That's a genius move. It's like, no, that's what you should be doing. Don't try to fit people into a pre-made mold. That's not going to work at all. We get Deebo Samuel, look at him. Started as a wide receiver because he's good as a wide receiver, but then the 49ers and Mike McDaniel, the new head coach for the Dolphins, are like, hey, Deebo, you're pretty fast, and you're kind of shifty. You want to try, some running back plays and some trick kind of wide receiver screens real quick? Yeah? Oh, you're actually good at those. Wow. Who would have thought? Tailoring. Deebo Samuel's more than just hands. He's got speed. Let's use him in the backfield. Let's use him in misdirection. And what happened? The 49ers won a couple of playoff games. So, yeah, tailor the offense to what you have on your team. Now, is it that hard? Are coaches in the NFL literally not doing this? Because if they are, then you need to fire them immediately. And if nobody else is thinking of this, then yeah, I'll throw my hat in the ring for an offensive coordinator job. What are you, crazy? Of course. So let's, I think we're hearing from Darrell Bevel in these quotes here, but let's see what this man is saying. New offensive coordinator for the Dolphins, for Tua, and We've got some real great out-of-the-box young coaches here with this Dolphins team. So if you're a Dolphins fan, you should be real excited this offseason. Everything is starting to look up. We'll see if it continues to look up as the offseason progresses. We've got the whole lawsuit with Brian Flores and Stephen Ross maybe forcing to sell the team. But forget the front office. Everything from the coaching to the players, there's some big reasons to be excited here for the Miami Dolphins coming up this season, which we can absolutely not wait for. All right, but here we go. Let's hear from Darrell Bevell, the new passing game coordinator for the Dolphins, just hired. Well done by Mike McDaniels, getting once again smart, outside the box, thinking coaches on his overall coaching staff. So once again, big time excitement should be surrounding this Dolphins team, obviously besides the management, the ownership. But let's see what they've got planned here for the Dolphins offense coming up this season. So let's read the first lead up to the quote here. Here we go. The commitment to the former number 5 overall pick extends to molding the entire offense around what best suits Tua, according to new quarterbacks coach and passing game coordinator Darrell Bevell. He says, quote, "The first thing is to get him ingrained in the system. Once we are able to do that, then I think the system is going to be built and tailored to him and bring out all the positives in his game." So, all right, having a base system, and then once they get that implemented, then they retool everything to truly fit the mold of what Tua is good at. So yeah, we can live with that. We can understand that having a base system, okay, that's fine. But yeah, bringing out all the positives in his game. And what are the positives into his game? Accurate as heck. That may be like the biggest positives. We still have to kind of figure out arm strength. That's still the one question mark and maybe potential one knock that we have on Tua. So we have to see arm strength, but it's not like the man can't throw 40, 50 yards. I mean, we've seen him do that. Does he have 55 plus, which kind of takes you to another level at the quarterback? That is going to be kind of tested this offseason. But decision making, accuracy, leadership, game, knowing game awareness, game situations. Tua knows when he needs to make a big play, knows when he can kind of dink and dunk. Now, what don't we like about Tua's game? Really, the only thing is his running ability. This is not a dual threat quarterback. I know sometimes you may think of Tua and associate him with maybe a little bit of a dual threat, a little bit of a running quarterback, but he's not a running quarterback at all. He's like Joe Burrow. They cannot escape the pocket at all. Even kind of rolling out of the pocket, it doesn't look that great. So the best things about Tua's games are truly his accuracy. He's honestly like top 5, and I may be able to make the argument, I would make the argument for top 3 most accurate passers currently in the league. So tight windows, quick throws, tight windows, and all that, that's Tua's game. So we'll see what they decided to do, kind of tailor the offense and what the offense and play calling is going to look like with that in mind. Continuing on with the quote here, he says, quote, "It's important to tailor the game to them, to their talent, rather than fitting the round peg in the square hole." Fantastic, exactly that. Why fit a round peg? Well, you gotta kind of have to say it the other way, because you can put a round peg in a square hole that will fit, but you can't put a square peg in a round hole that will not fit. So, yeah, that's probably a little bit of a better analogy, but we understand what he's trying to get at here. Why force something? It just makes no sense. That points to bad coaching. If you think you can only win because your one system works and you can never tailor that or kind of have your players be influenced, or have your kind of system be influenced by the talent around you, that just speaks to bad coaching, dinosaur coaching, that you can't evolve and be more creative. So that's where bad coaching comes from. And there's a lot of bad coaching that could potentially be in the NFL. We won't call anybody out, but we know bad coaching from good coaching. We can look at a coach and be like, that is a good coach. Leader, creativity, thinking outside the box and all that. And then we get some other coaches. Once again, I don't want to say any names, but I will say a name, Mike McCarthy. I mean, once again, how many times can this man beef? Like, that's literally the biggest knock on Mike McCarthy. We don't bring it up that much, but everybody in the national media, the biggest knock on Mike McCarthy, the head coach for the Dallas Cowboys, is that his time management. How many times have we heard of Mike McCarthy 2 minutes left in the game, and they beef that situation. 2 minutes left in the game, 2 minutes left in the first half. He beefs the play calling. No urgency, not getting up to the line, not kind of playing to the boundaries, not calling the timeouts at the right time, and then they have to settle for 3 instead of potentially attempting for 7 points with the touchdown, or they don't even get into field goal range because, once again, the clock, there's no awareness there. So how many times do we have to hear that about Mike McCarthy? We know what bad coaching is here in the NFL. So we're hoping Daryl Bevell, loving these quotes so far, tailoring the game to them, to their talent, not fitting a round peg in a square hole. So love hearing that. We also get this real quick. Quote, we can tailor the offense to bring out the strengths of each guy. Yes. Once again, Jalen Waddle. He's a little bit like Deebo Samuel. So getting Mike McDaniels here, going to help out the offense as well. Tua and Jalen Waddle, they have that connection. Like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, they have that connection instantly because they played in college. So truly watch out for the Tua Jalen Waddle connection. Daryl Bevell, tailoring the offense to what Tua's good at, increasing Jalen Waddle's workload, and then you have the backability by the head coach, Mike McDaniel. So this is, once again, folks, there is a huge reasons why, if you're a Dolphins fan, to get excited for this upcoming season. All right, another quote here. Let's read the second lead up. Here we go. Tua's strength is his accuracy. Yeah, we said this. Am I writing the articles here for NFL.com? Yeah, exactly. Tua's strength is his accuracy, particularly in close quarters, and his ability to quickly get the ball out. There were plenty of times that Tua's quick reads and release saved a sack or worse, because that was the worst thing about the Dolphins this season. The offensive line, absolutely trash, but Tua was still making it work. So, once again, I think the overall narrative in the media, y'all know how we feel about that. I don't think it's truly correct, and that's why we stand up for Tua. We go to bat for Tua. We love Tua. Fantastic. But here we go. Daryl Bevell says, quote, I think he's a really accurate passer. That's the thing that jumped out at me right away, is looking at him. I haven't done like a complete deep dive yet. Well, don't worry, Daryl Bevell. We've got some film studies on our YouTube channel. Don't worry, we've done the work for you. That's what we saw. That's why we do the film studies. The accuracy jumped off the film. Daryl Bevell says the same thing. Do y'all not know that we know what we're talking about, folks? We didn't start the show for no reason. I just want that to be put out there, okay? So yes, Tua's accuracy, it's so good. That's what I'm saying. It's not just like, oh yeah, the quarterback is accurate. Yeah, it jumps off the page. That's why we watch film studies every single week and kind of watch like the same team, for a couple of weeks, maybe in a row, or 1 week here and then maybe 2-3 weeks down the line to see, was that just a one game fluke? Is this an entire season thing? Is this what he truly is as a quarterback? And we've been saying that by Tua for like the last 2 years, folks. These last 2 seasons, we love the accuracy brought by Tua. So Daryl Bevell agrees. We absolutely love that. Back to the quote. I haven't done like a complete deep dive yet, but I've looked at enough tape that I like the accuracy that he has. I like his ability to make some off-schedule plays. He can get outside the pocket. Yeah, he can. He can get outside the pocket. I don't love it. This man is not quick, folks, okay? So he's not running the ball. We have to get that out of our head. I don't even like him running the ball. He doesn't know when to slide and when to take the hit and all that. So Tua is not anything of a dual threat quarterback. But back to the quote here. He can get outside the pocket. He's not going to be a major runner. But, folks, we are literally predicting these words, these next words coming out of this man's mouth. He's not going to be a major runner, but he can run and make plays with his feet. I really like those kind of things. See, that's where I disagree. He can when everybody is 15 yards down the field and he only needs 5 yards. Yeah, then that's when he can kind of be a little bit of a runner. But I mean, trying to beat somebody to the corner, no. Like, this man is not fast at all. Like, he wasn't fast in college, and we know the speed from the NFL and the college is so much more in the NFL, and he's just looking so much more slower here in the NFL. That's the biggest knock I have on Tua, honestly, is his speed. It is not there at all. But Joe Burrow really has no speed at all either, even though Joe Burrow, I think, is faster than Tua, so that's not good. But, I mean, Joe Burrow's not running the ball, and he's getting to the Super Bowl having no problem. So I don't think, the speed, it's not that big of a factor for Tua, but that is the knock that we do have on the man. All All right. We get two more quotes here. So here we go. The third lead up. Here we go. The negative of Tua's game. Ooh, yeah, let's see what they say about the negatives of Tua's game. Love to hear this. The negative to Tua's game is the lack of arm strength that could hold back the offense. Yes, could. But once again, when we were watching Tua in college, we saw him unload the deep ball. So once again, we are going to kind of, look at every narrative that we have exiting the season. In the offseason, making sure those narratives are still good. And this is what we're going to watch on Tua. Let's see this arm strength, because that's what everybody says. When everybody knocks Tua, they always bring up that arm strength. And once again, I can kind of maybe potentially see where they're saying that, but let's have the film kind of truly tell us, because I know that man was launching bombs at Alabama. He had no time for those deep balls to develop in the NFL. Once again, they even said in the article, the offensive line. I mean, he was kind of running for his life the entire season. So let's hold off a little bit. I know it's tough to do, but let's hold off a little bit on Tua's overall arm strength, kind of bringing him totally down in kind of really bad quarterback level thinking. So let's hold off on that, but let's continue with the article. Here we go. Once again, the lead up here, where he didn't, let's go back, particularly down the field and deep outside the numbers, where he didn't target much in 2021. Once again, because of the offensive line a little bit. Bevell said he wouldn't judge whether Tua had limited arm strength before working with him in person. See, there we go. I'm not going to judge his arm strength yet before I see it. And once again, let's us watch it as well. We have no time in today's show. We're already going too late. I got to wrap this up because we got to get to the NBA betting. But yeah, we'll definitely go, folks. We've got months. We've got months. We got time. We will definitely watch Tua's arm strength. I don't think it's as bad as everybody's making it out to be. But back to Darrell Bevell here, says, quote, I think it's important for me to be able to see the ball coming out of his hands in person. I can see it on tape. I can see him making some of the throws. There are questions that I have, but I want to see the ball come out of his hand in person. That's the one thing for me, always on tape, is it's hard to tell the true velocity. So I want to get him out here on the grass and see exactly what it looks like. From what I've seen, we'll definitely be able to have high success from him being able to throw the football. He can make many of the throws that we're going to ask him to do, and the ones that he can't, then we're going to do something different. So love it. Hey, we know his strength. We're going to play to his strengths, and whatever is not his strengths, we're going to kind of stay away from it, which is, once again, it should not be genius, but it's literally genius in today's NFL because not everybody's doing this. So yes, Darrell Bevell, love everything that we're hearing so far. One final quote. Let's make sure he wraps it all up and doesn't lose us anywhere. Let's bring it home, Darrell Bevell. Can you bring it home for the Dolphins fans out here? Let's see. Last lead up to the last quote. Here we go. Assuming the bulk of Mike McDaniel's offense relies on the Kyle Shanahan scheme, it should fit with what Tua does well, namely getting the ball to players in space and working defenses over the middle. In addition, the Dolphins' RPO game should be better in 2022 in the new system. I truly agree with that. To help the quarterback, the Dolphins must upgrade the run game and offensive line after both struggled in 2021. Absolutely, definitely. I mean, that's the key in this draft. Obviously, there's no big quarterback. They're not looking for a quarterback, obviously. So shore up that offensive line, and I think we're good. I don't even think we have to bring in another running back. I think we can make it work with what we have. I think the offensive line is the true main priority this season, and we'll see how they prioritize that as we see free agent signings and drafts and all that. Last quote here by Darrell Bevell says, quote, anytime you run the football, that's a quarterback's best friend. It opens up so much when you turn around and hand the ball to the quarterback. When you turn around and hand the ball to the quarterback, it takes a lot of pressure off of you, but then it affects the defense in a positive way where you can play fake them and distort the defense. So once again, running, you need the running game because everything kind of plays off the running game, especially in today's NFL where everything is misdirection, everything is play action, especially with these running quarterbacks that can either keep it, not keep it. Lamar Jackson, Ravens, that's the perfect example. They can do it all. They can run with three running backs. They can run with the quarterback. They can pitch. They can toss. They can screen. They can fake. I mean, they can do misdirection. They can do pre-motion, all that. There's so much that is built off the run that you need at least a little bit of a running game. Look at the Bengals. Look at the two teams in the Super Bowl, folks. The Bengals, Joe Mixon, A1 tier 1 running back and a dual threat ability running back catching the ball out of the backfield, a little bit of downfield as well. Look at the Rams. Rams. They lost their running back, Cam Akers, had to bring in Sony Michel. He got him over that hump. Cam Akers comes back and they win the Super Bowl. Running game is truly important, and they were able to run the ball with Sony Michel and Cam Akers throughout this entire season. One running back goes down, bring another one in, and then go back to the one that went down. So you need a running game at minimum, and the Dolphins are looking to kind of upgrade theirs with a new, better offensive line this season. So loving everything that we're hearing from this Dolphins offense. We're offensive minded at the coaching position. Love that. We've got some solid studs there still on defense. We've got some playmakers. Shout out to Mac Hollins, the wide receiver for the Dolphins, kind of coming on late this season. And then obviously Jalen Waddle. We still got the tight end Mike Gesicki that I got big believability in. And I'm still holding out hope for Devontae Parker, the Dolphins deep threat wide receiver. I believe this man can play. Needs the 1,000% stay healthy. That's the only knock on Devontae Parker. He can go up. He would honestly be a top 5 wide receiver in the league right now if he was never injured, but he's always injured. Not good. The best ability is what, folks? Availability. And Devontae Parker's availability is like a 4 out of 1,000, folks. Okay, not good. So, Dolphins, loving everything about him, tailoring the offense around Tua. Though once again, that's not what Brian Flores did. Once again, defensive-minded coaches at the head coaching position, they just overlook the offense. It's probably not even purposefully. It's probably not even consciously. It's just, hey, I'm defensive-minded. I've always grown up defense. Defense wins championships. Defense this, defense that. So they're like, yeah, it doesn't matter what the offense look like. My defense will win these games single-handedly. All you have to do on offense is not turn over the ball. Can you not turn over the ball and score 3 points? Because that's all you have to do with defensive-minded coaches. That's their thinking. So it's not a knock on Brian Flores. We love the guy. He's one of the best minds defensively in the league. We love him with the Steelers. He's just not head coach material. That's all it is. So Dolphins fans, get pumped. Should be a great season. Hopefully we don't get big time derailed by this lawsuit. We'll see how it all plays out. But this Dolphins team, folks, loving everything we're hearing from it. All right, and then here we go. That's all the NFL we had to kind of go over. So here we go. Let's truly start talking about the NBA now. And we got this little nugget of information, which we love. We've wanted this. We've been asking for this. But this was not in the contract, folks. Our sponsorship, it's the real deal, folks. I know you think that's a joke that, hey, I say, oh, the Knicks are my sponsors. No. I've got a contract, folks. I've signed a contract with the New York Knicks, and this was not in the contract, folks. We need this player on the floor because they lose with this man on the floor. We can't have this man not playing because now the Knicks may be trying to win games now, and that's going to ruin our sponsorship with them, betting against the Knicks every time they play. Because now we get this. The New York Knicks and Kemba Walker have agreed that the 4-time All-Star will be sidelined for the remainder of the team schedule. No more Kemba Walker. Once again, they sat him for like a 2-week stretch, and then they had to go back to him. But now, after the All-Star break, they said, Kemba, you are not stepping one more minute on this floor. You understand me? Once again, Kemba Walker, solid talent, don't get me wrong, but he's not a winner. He is not a winner at all. And we see this Knicks team not winning. Is there correlation between Kemba Walker and the Knicks losing? A little bit. There's more that goes into it. Julius Randle not having a great year. Pretty solid last final 2 weeks before the All-Star break, but overall, we know this Knicks team's guards position is the worst thing about it. They're sitting Kemba Walker. Now, if they sit Evan Fournier, we truly cannot call this Knicks team our sponsor anymore because they'll start winning. Once you take Evan Fournier off the floor, this Knicks team will start winning games. So we'll have to kind of see. The Knicks don't play tonight. They do probably play tomorrow, I'm assuming. But we may have to cancel our partnership, our sponsorship with the New York Knicks because this was not in the contract. We need Kemba Walker on the floor so this Knicks team still lose every single game that they play. So we'll see what they do with their starting lineup. Is Derrick Rose good to go? Is that kind of why they're saying this? Once again, we'll see kind of the next time the Knicks step out onto the floor if Derrick Rose is good or not, or maybe they're just going to go to their younger guns, which we want to see. We've been clamoring to see, folks. I mean, after like week 2, we were done with Kemba Walker. We needed that man off the floor, and now he is officially off the floor. So we'll see what happens with this Knicks team. If Kemba Walker is truly the only person that was causing this team to lose, it wasn't, but we'll see if they play better because they have a scapegoat in Kemba Walker. We'll see what happens. But no more Kemba Walker for the Knicks. Unfortunate for him. Couldn't do it before the trade deadline, so that man maybe could have went somewhere else. The man's just going to be not playing anymore. Not even coming off the bench. Truly a little disrespectful, but he's not winning games, so not that much disrespectful. All right, and then the final thing quickly here, the Blazers, and this is not good, very not good, because I still wanted to believe in the Blazers here, even getting rid of CJ McCollum, even getting rid of Norman Powell, but this one we can't have. Once again, this is a Bigs world, folks, and the Blazers just lost their big. Blazer center Yusuf Nurkic will miss at least a month with plantar fasciitis in his left foot. The Blazers play tonight against the Warriors. Not a great look for them without Nurkic, so man, oh man, we love Anthony Simons, Josh Hart newly acquired, but you need a big down low, and they just don't have that. So we'll see how the Blazers continue to go. What do we got as their backup? I mean, we got Trendon Watford, folks. That's the backup for the Blazers. Trendon Watford. Good luck winning games with that. Yes? Okay. All right, those were all the stories that we needed to go over quickly here. So now let's get into it, folks. We can finally bet the NBA again. And we couldn't even bet the All-Star games. We went over that fiasco. New York, you can't bet this, can't bet that. All right, whatever. Yeah, we were going almost a week without betting the NBA, but we are back, and I cannot wait. And we've got to start off the back end of the season right where we left off the front end of the season, winning, cashing in, making Vegas look like clowns. Is Vegas still in love with the Hornets, folks? Unfortunately, we can't see tonight. Let's quickly see. What do we got tomorrow? No back-to-backs. Do we got new fresh teams tomorrow? Hornets play tomorrow. Love that. Thunder on the back-to-back. Knicks play tomorrow on ESPN. Ooh, Knicks versus the Heat. I can't wait to talk about this one tomorrow. Predict this one tomorrow. We got the Timberwolves on a back-to-back. We got the Suns on a back-to-back. All right. A little disappointed that a lot of teams are on back-to-backs, but we'll still talk about it all tomorrow. But we've got to see what has Vegas. Have they retooled their thinking? Because we saw some really blasphemous, wild, disrespectful spreads the final 2 weeks of the season before the All-Star break. So did Vegas get on top of their game? Did they retool their thinking? Did they spend the entire All-Star break watching takes by fans to know where they went wrong? That's what you should have been doing, Vegas, and we'll see if you did do it. So before we see the official spreads, we are going to predict and react to the official lines here. Once again, seeing where is our thinking on par with Vegas. Are we on track? Are we off track? Are we catching them being disrespectful? Are we finding fantastic, fabulous odds, spreads, value overall? So let's talk through these matchups here. We'll predict the lines. We'll see who's in and out here. We'll see what the lines are set at, and we'll see if that is good value and if our thinking is on par with Vegas. So here we go, folks. We got 7 games on tonight, back-to-back double headers on prime time television. We got, and this one's great, Celtics Nets 7:30 on TNT, and then we get Warriors Blazers 10 o'clock on TNT. So some good games coming out of the gate, some good strong teams that finished the first half of the season on a strong note, and we'll see if they're picking up exactly where they left off. We hope so. But here we go. Let's start breaking down these matchups, talking about them, and predicting the line. So here we go. First matchup up here, we get the Cavs at the Pistons. Alrighty, we love this Cavs team. Darius Garland, Evan Mobley. Obviously, we can't forget our big Jared Allen. Let's quickly bring up who's in and out here. Got to kind of cover the score with my finger here so I can get the injuries up. But here, oh my goodness. Hang on. Okay, hang on, folks. The Cavs. I thought they were all going to be kind of coming out of the gate good and strong and healthy, ready to go. But Karis LeVert is out and Darius Garland is out. Oh, big time bad. We got to stay away from betting the Cavs. Oh, no. That's 2 big outs, folks. We need Darius Garland. We need a point guard running this team. So, no good for the Cavs. And then for the Pistons, everybody's good to go. Frank Jackson's the game time decision. And we're still holding out hope for Jeremy Grant to get the win. Jeremy Grant to do good and get the win. So, with Darius Garland and who was the other one that we just said was out? It was Darius Garland and Karis LeVert. That's two big offensive producers, starters, bench, all of that. So I'm going to call this one like Cavs -3. And at that point, folks, if we're getting a lot of points here with the Pistons, I'm going to bet the Pistons. Pistons at home, Jeremy Grant, back in, the final week and a half, 2 weeks of the season, back in the starting lineup there, getting kind of reacclimated to the game, took the All-Star break off, and now ready to kind of do something good here. So if we're getting a lot of points here by the Pistons, I'm taking that. We'll see how disrespectful Vegas is going to be, but I'll predict this one at Cavs -3. But I'll probably stay away from it unless we get so many points here. I'm talking I need 8 or more points. If I get 8 or more points for the Pistons, I'm taking that +8, 9, 10. If I get anything over 10, folks, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But I'm not betting on the Cavs today. We'll swallow no points here. But we'll see what Vegas put the line at. We'll predict it at Cavs -3. All right, next game up here, we get the Celtics at the Nets. And, folks, we got to give big-time credit to the Celtics team. They've got it done. The last month before the All-Star break, the Celtics team has truly kind of shown, hey, we can kind of compete, and we've got enough pieces to be competitive against the upper echelon teams in the NBA. Now, the Nets, they're at home, so no Kyrie Irving. Hopefully that doesn't last too longer. That seems to be coming down. So once again, everybody kind of, voicing, Kyrie Irving, selfish, not a team player, hurting his team. Well, he's almost going to win at the end, folks. Holds out, and then they drop the mandate. So shout out to Kyrie Irving, folks. And the man, once again, if you stand up for what you believe in, folks, I will never knock that. So big time shout out to Kyrie Irving. We don't love him as an overall person, don't love the overall attitude, the not leadership and all that. Great talent on the floor, absolutely. And, standing strong, and it's probably going to pay out for him. They're going to drop the mandates, and he can play at home, most likely before the playoff starts. So, big time shout out to Kyrie Irving, folks. Absolutely. All right, but still not enough to go tonight. All right, is Ben Simmons good? So everybody's going to go for the Celtics. Now, this is great because we get Marcus Smart on the floor. Big time great there. We were a little concerned. Was he going to be injured out for a long time? No. What did he miss? 1 game? 2 max? So big time Marcus Smart's here. We love Marcus Smart. Derek White. Robert Williams holding it down at 5. Daniel Tice. We'll see. I'm still trying to keep an open mind about Daniel Tice, but we'll see what happens tonight. Obviously, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, fantastic. So everybody's good to go here for the Celtics. Love that. And then for the Nets, we still get Kevin Durant out. Goran Dragic is not making his debut. Kyrie Irving is still out, and Ben Simmons is not making his debut. And why the hell is Ben Simmons out? Why is Ben Simmons not playing right off the rip? You need to get acclimated. You just need to get, not to a new team, just to basketball again. So the fact that Ben Simmons is not playing, and y'all still want to say the Nets won the trade, folks? It's so laughable. I don't understand why. Literally, it's so crazy, folks. Everybody is against James Harden with the 76ers, saying it's not going to work out, saying James Harden has more to prove than Ben Simmons. I don't agree with any of that, folks, but it's everybody's saying that. So y'all better be having that same energy at the end of the season when the playoffs start, because we just predicted the 76ers on yesterday's show to win the entire thing. So, we've got no problems with James Harden. He'll be fine. They'll be great. The 76ers will be fine. The Nets, they are the ones that need to be concerned. So we'll see who's right. Is it y'all or is it us? We'll see, obviously, in a couple of months here. But I'm not buying this Nets team at all, folks. So Seth Curry, Andre Drummond. Now, we know that they can probably keep this game close, but I love the defense of the Celtics. I love how the Celtics have really finished off the first half of the season here, and I'm going to give them a little bit of a credit here, and I'm going to call this one Celtics -7 on the road, and I think I may be compelled to take that, folks. I'm big buying into the Celtics back end of the season. Hopefully they don't disappoint us. No value in the Nets. I can guarantee that. I like Seth Curry and Andre Drummond, and we may be able to kind of find a prop bet for them, but I'm not betting on this Nets team overall. They're trash. Even Patty Mills. I can't even believe in Patty Mills, and he's been one of the biggest disappointments of the season. Patty Mills, can you step it up, please, for once on this team, please? So I love Seth Curry. Seth Curry and Andre Drummond have done more for this Nets team in only 3 games than Patty Mills has done the entire year. Big time disappointed in Patty Mills. But we'll predict this one at Celtics -7. All right, next game up here we got this should have been the television game, the early television game. No disrespect, but the Celtics Nets should not be on TV because it is the Nets and nobody's playing. I don't mind watching the Celtics. I'm glad that they're on the television, but I mean overall for a matchup here, this is not a good matchup. This is a good matchup. This is the matchup I want to see. I think we all should be seeing here because this is 2 big potential good teams here, folks. Hawks at the Bulls. Now, once again, are the Bulls good? We kind of discovered at the All-Star break, hey, they're maybe a little bit inflated there. Once again, only 6 quality wins this season so far, where the Hawks, they caught some fire the final 3 weeks of the season, but the last 2 games, especially that last game against the Celtics, they beefed it big time and left a bad taste in our mouth here. So this is going to be a true test. Who's actually good? Who's actually the contender? Is it the Bulls with no quality wins, or is it the Hawks potentially turning the corner here? And are these teams going to be good from a week off? How is that all going to play out here? But this may be the best matchup of the night. Honestly, this is the best matchup of the night. Yeah, this is the best matchup of the night. We'll see who's the real deal and not. But for the Hawks, we get John Collins is a game-time decision, and Georges Niang is out. With the Bulls, we get Lonzo Ball still out. The man's not back. Yeah, geez Louise. And Alex Caruso, obviously, we know is still out. So they're going to be rocking with, obviously, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Vucevic. They got Ayo at the 1. They got Kobe White coming off the bench, so the Bulls should be at pretty solid strength here. And given the Hawks, leaving a bad taste in their mouth here, Bulls, they can't beat the top tier teams, the playoff teams already. But this Hawks team isn't a playoff team, so the Bulls should be good against this Hawks team. And once again, the Hawks just a little bit too reliant on Trae Young, and that's not a knock, but we need Trae Young to kind of have flawless games every single time he steps on the floor, and we know that doesn't always happen. They got 30 losses, so obviously it doesn't happen. But give me the Bulls. We're gonna call this one Bulls -3. And this one's definitely going to be a tough one to kind of call. So we'll see if Vegas is being disrespectful any way or the other. If Bulls are getting any points, I probably bet that. But a close spread here, we most likely stay away from it. But we'll predict it at Bulls -3 and see what Vegas has to say for themselves with their spread, yes? So we'll call it Bulls -3. All right, next game up here, we got the Grizzlies at the Timberwolves. This should be a really good game as well. Probably a better matchup overall than, once again, the Celtics and the Nets. And this one's still not on television. Once again, a little disappointing. But for the Grizzlies, everybody's going to go besides Dylan Brooks. He's out. And everybody's going to go for the Timberwolves. So we're get full-strength Grizzlies, full-strength Timberwolves here. Fantastic. John Morant has been going manic as of recently. Only 19 losses, 3rd in the Western Conference so far. Fantastic. Timberwolves, once again, a little bit too reliant on the big 3 overall. Karl Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell, and Anthony Edwards. But once again, Anthony Edwards letting us down his final 2 games right before the All-Star break. Big time beef, folks. That's a big time single-digit beef numbers right there. So we'll see if he cleans it up after the All-Star break. But we'll predict this one at a little bit closer here. We'll give the Timberwolves their credit, but we'll call this one Grizzlies -4.5 here. I think that's acceptable. And once again, that's going to be a tough one to call if that's the line here. Are the Grizzlies going to be good out of the gate on the road? I think so. I think we can confidently bet on John Morant, but we'll see what the value is, and we'll go from there. But we'll predict it at Grizzlies -4.5. All right, next game up here, Suns at the Thunder, and this should be an absolute blowout here. Well, hey, we forgot. No Chris Paul. Chris Paul out 6 to 8 weeks. So this is going to be a nice test for the Suns team. Who can step in at the 1, facilitate the floor, still getting some solid production offensively, points-wise, but who's going to be a main facilitator on this floor? Because they don't really have a backup point guard, a true point guard, if you will, like Chris Paul. So Chris Paul out, Frank Kaminsky out, Cameron Payne out. That would have been it. It would have been Cameron Payne. So him being out as well. Dario Saric out as well. So this Suns team at full strength. This is like a -13 point spread against the Thunder. But no Chris Paul. I'm interested to see how Vegas values that. For the Thunder, man, oh man, what the hell? Luguentz Dort is still out after the week off? Damn. No, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is good to go, but no Luguentz Dort, no Ty Jerome, no Kenrich Williams, and no Mike Muscala. So Thunder are going to be probably not great like they've always been, but I'm going to call this one Suns -6, but again, we'll see. I don't know if I could bet any higher than -6, honestly. So we'd probably stay away from the Suns because no Chris Paul. Have to see how this team functions without a true facilitator on that floor, folks. Cameron Payne being out too, that's a big blow. We saw Cameron Payne in the playoffs last season handle the point guard duties and was getting it done, folks. He didn't look as great as Chris Paul, but was still, facilitating the floor, positive production on the floor in the plus minus, and still scoring the ball well. So we'll see what Vegas puts this in at. This is going to be the true test of disrespect. If we get like Thunder, I don't even know if I could say this, but if I get Thunder plus 15, I may take that. We'll see. We'll leave it at that. I don't think it will ever be that big. Even if Chris Paul was there, it'd probably be maxed out at 13. But if Vegas is going to be high-key disrespectful, we may have to go the other way on them on this matchup. We'll see what happens. So we'll predict it as Suns -6. All right, final two games here, folks. Next prime time nationally televised games here on the TNT doubleheader. We get Warriors at the Blazers, and man, oh man, big time unfortunate with this Blazers team. No big. So the Warriors, well, once again, I'm almost certain Draymond Green's not going, so let's double check this. So the Warriors should be good tonight, folks, because they don't have to kind of, face big v big. Warriors don't have currently a good big. Blazers just lost their good big, so it's all only going to come down to Seth Curry and the outside shooters, and give me Seth Curry over Anthony Simons. Yeah, obviously. Yes, of course. Come on. But here we go. For the Warriors, we get Draymond Green is still out. Big time unfortunate. And then for the Blazers, Damian Lillard still out. Nurkic out. Joe Ingles out for the season. And Nasir Little is also out for the season as well. So just kind of relying on Anthony Simons, Josh Hart, but this should be a good win for the Warriors here. We may be able to get some good value. Hopefully Vegas doesn't catch on no Nurkic, but we'll call this one Warriors. I'm going to call this one Warriors -5 on the road here. Hopefully it's not kind of 8, 9, 10-ish. That's where it's going to get a little bit dicey if we can bet with the Warriors here. But Warriors should win pretty dominantly, I'm assuming. Seth Curry's officially back. I know he didn't leave the official in-game before the All-Star break very well, and very streaky from the three, not as efficient, not as great, as flashy as we all know Steph Curry is. But in that, once again, All-Star game, that man was sheesh, yes, folks. But obviously no defense, all that, we get it. But he still got it done and was feeling confident and was hitting open threes. So hopefully Steph Curry is back being classic Steph, Splash Brothers, big time good, big time blowout game for the Warriors here. Potentially, hopefully don't have to swallow too much, but we'll see what Vegas puts it at. We'll call it Warriors -5. And then the final game on tonight, folks, we get the Nuggets at the Kings. Nuggets, big time impressive here. Big time credit for them being in the playoffs at the All-Star break with just Jokic getting it done. Kings here, Sabonis. Have they won a game with Sabonis yet? This Kings team, yes, I believe they won their first game and then beefed the next two. I believe that's how it went down. So we get a win by Sabonis. We get, De'Aaron Fox, Davion Mitchell. So I'm going to, forgot to check the ins and outs. Let's make sure all the guards are actually playing here. Aaron Fox, Davion Mitchell, very good here by this Kings team. There are still some good things to like about this Kings team, absolutely. But for the Nuggets, we get Michael Porter Jr. out. Jamal Murray still out. There may be some ramblings that Jamal Murray comes back before the playoffs start. That'd be huge by the Nuggets. And if that happens, watch out for the Nuggets, folks. All they need is just one other person. If they get Jamal Murray back, facilitate the floor, and we know Jamal Murray can go manic, big-time pressure-filled situations. Once again, who was it? It was Jamal Murray versus Donovan Mitchell going back to back to back in that playoff series in the bubble. It was absolutely fantastic. I think it was Donovan Mitchell. I'm almost certain it was, but it was Jamal Murray. We definitely know that side of it. So if they get Jamal Murray back the way that this Nuggets team is just kind of playing without him, big time watch out for this Nuggets team. So everybody's basically good to go for the Nuggets. And then for the Kings, everybody's good to go for them as well. So at full strength, I'll give some credit to the Nuggets here. I'll call them Nuggets 2.5. But if I'm getting like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points here with the Kings, I think I'm going to take that. So we'll see how Vegas plays it all. Let's write this down. Nuggets -2.5 here. So we've got all the lines predicted here. The first time we've done it for the NBA season. Are we on par with Vegas? Is Vegas being disrespectful after the All-Star break? Which they definitely could be. Vegas was disrespectful as heck the entire NFL season. Even Week 18, the final week of the season, we were still cashing in great value. So we've got them all predicted here. We've got the lines refreshed, up to date. Let's do it one more time just to make sure they are up to the date here. All good to go. So DraftKings, Vegas, what do you got for us? What do you got for us? How can we bankrupt you? How can we make you bleed? Can we cut Vegas, folks? Let's see what we've got. First NBA game back after the All-Star break, folks. Get excited. Are y'all ready to make some other loving money? Can I get a make some other loving money, folks? Yeah, all right, so here we go. First game up, Cavs at the Pistons. We predicted this line at Cavs -3, and it's Cavs -6, folks. Man, Pistons +6 here. I think I'm liking it. We can't bet on this Cavs team with no Darius Garland. Now you get Caris LeVert out as well. Who's going to be scoring for this Cavs team? And we're still holding out hope, folks. I want to be on the right side of the bet. I don't want to miss Jeremy Grant's win game. Jeremy Grant goes manic, wins the game. I don't want to miss that game. We haven't got it yet, and I do not want to miss out on that. I love the Cavs. I love Jared Allen. Don't get me wrong, but not having Caris LeVert and Darius Garland, that's big time bad, folks. Pistons +6, I think, is the better play. I'm not saying the Pistons win, but the Pistons off the break. The Pistons at home. Jeremy Grant having self-respect for himself, not wanting to get blown out every single game. Sadiq Bey, we get Isaiah Stewart at the 5. There's some good things to like about this Pistons team, and we're getting 6 points here. That's the biggest factor right there, the point value, and I think 6 is just going to be enough. Just going to be enough. Cavs win by 3 or 4, but we take the Pistons +6. It's a close game all throughout. Maybe even the Pistons are leading at half, but I'm going to take the Pistons +6 here, folks. I think it's just too much to give up here. No Darius Garland, folks. That's big time not good for the Cavs. That's all there is to it. All there is to it. Pistons +6. I think I'm loving the value there. We'll officially endorse that for tonight. Alrighty, next game up here, we got the Celtics at the Nets. We predicted this line at Celtics -7, and it's Celtics -9. So a little bit more than we wanted to swallow here. But, I mean, the Celtics, folks, they play defense. This is a really good defensive team, and they can also score. They're not the Knicks, where they just focus on defense, and then scoring is the afterthought. This Celtics team can do the defense with the offense, points, putting up the points, holding the opposing team to no points here. But this Nets team, a little bit of in a limbo period at the current moment with no Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant still out, Ben Simmons not wanting to go. He's healthy. He was healthy all year. It's not Ben Simmons is not healthy, folks. The man is just waiting to play. Okay, you want to keep waiting, keep not playing, keep getting colder, not fresh. You do that, Ben Simmons. That's definitely going to work when you come back, right? Okay. So Celtics -9. We love the Celtics here, but it may be just a little bit too much, and I know. Well, actually, folks, right before the All-Star break, what did we do? We faced our fears of swallowing big spreads. We hit 3 of 4. We missed 1. So let's keep it up, folks. We can't be afraid of big spreads here. This Nets team is nothing besides Seth Curry and Andre Drummond, but the Celtics team can clamp up defensively, ready to kind of, pick up the back end of the season here, ready to kind of make a name for themselves. I'm taking the Celtics -9, swallowing 9 points, folks, feeling confidently while doing so. Yes, sir. All right, next game up here, we got the Suns at the Thunder. We predicted this line at Suns -6, and it's going to be Suns -10. Wow, okay, that's big time respect to Vegas. I would definitely see this line being like Suns -13 with Chris Paul playing on the road. So we see Chris Paul maybe around a three-point player in the eyes of Vegas overall here. I know we're not afraid of the big spreads here. That's not what this is, but what this is how is this Suns team going to be able to play without Chris Paul? So we're staying away from betting the Suns. We're not going to take the 10 with the Thunder. That's not smart value. value either, but we'll see how this Suns team performs with no Chris Paul facilitating the floor. If they had Cameron Payne, maybe we can endorse the Suns -10, but they don't even have him. So, gonna stay away from betting the Suns. We'll use this as a nice gauge game, first game back, and we'll see how the Suns perform. But we cannot take the -10 with no Chris Paul. Absolutely not. All right, next game up here, we got the Hawks at the Bulls. Hawks at the Bulls. We predicted this line at Bulls -3, and it is almost right on the money, baby. Bulls -3.5 here, folks, and I think I love that. I want to buy into this Hawks team. I truly do, but we get this Bulls team at home. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan healthy. Hawks, they got to kind of reprove themselves to us, especially after that kind of week off. So Bulls -3.5 here. They've got the big, they got the facilitators, Ayo and Kobe White, folks. They're good. Do not let no Lonzo Ball freak you out on this Bulls team. The Bulls, they don't need Lonzo Ball, folks. Honestly, they do not need him. He's a luxury for this Bulls team. They are good at the guard position, the facilitator of the floor guard position. They're deep. Ayo Dosunmu and Kobe White, these are good players, folks, and they only need to be the fourth option because they've already got a big three. This Bulls team is good. The one knock against them is their depth overall. They're deep at the guards. They got two good ones, but other than that, they're a little bit shallow depth-wise there. This Hawks team, we'll see if they're ready to rumble right out of the gate, but I'm ready to bet on this Bulls team. This Hawks team is not a top tier team in the league, so the Bulls should have no problem here. Bulls -3.5, that's exactly where we want them. No more. A little bit less would have been fine, obviously, but Bulls -3.5, we absolutely love that value. Alrighty, folks, we are cooking. We're really cooking. We're taking 3 out of the 4 games so far. Love that, love that, love that. Next game up here, we got the Grizzlies at the Timberwolves. We predicted this one at Grizzlies -4.5. And whoa, Vegas respecting the Timberwolves. I love this. It's only Grizzlies -2, Timberwolves +2. Wow, interesting. I thought I lowballed it. I thought Grizzlies -4.5 was a little bit low. I thought Vegas was going to go high on me. Wow, this is respect by Vegas on the Timberwolves. I'm a little nervous to take it. Like, I think Grizzlies -2 is fantastic value. But, we know Vegas, Vegas, once again, it's not all disrespect by Vegas all the time. We know they make money. They kind of know most of the time. Other times, we know more than them. But this line here, folks, this is interesting. With the line being like this, folks, I would say Grizzlies -2 is great value. But the fact that Vegas is putting it like this, they had a week to counter everything, to kind of make sure everything's good to go for the first game back. This is an interesting spread, maybe potentially a little bit of a trap as well, because the money's got, the public's money's got to be on the Grizzlies right here, folks. Everybody's got to be betting the Grizzlies here, because this is great value. Grizzlies -2. But first game back, Vegas may know something, folks. Karl-Anthony Towns coming off the three-point championship. He may be feeling himself. Anthony Edwards coming off 2 abysmal performances offensively, may be feeling himself. Ja Morant maybe a little slow out of the gate. First All-Star appearance. Looking good, feeling himself a little bit too much. So we've already got 3 better values in my opinion, and I think Vegas is scaring me away from this one. So it may be a little bit of a trap bet, a little bit of a fake out bet. Obviously, if the Grizzlies dominate this game, I'll be very mad at myself, upset with myself of losing out on fantastic value here. But let's not push it on the first night back. We'll watch this game, track it, and see if Vegas knows what they're talking about here, because this is a little interesting spread. I'm going to stay away from it because it's too interesting in my book. No, thank you. All right, next game up here, Warriors at the Blazers. We predicted this one at Warriors -5, and is that right? Did we say -5? I feel like I should have went higher on that one. And here it is. Warriors -10, Blazers +10. We only went 5 on that one? All right, I apologize. I definitely lowballed that one. No Nurkic with the Blazers. We should have went higher. Did I factor in the no Nurkic in that spread? Should have been Warriors -8. I wrote down 5. Maybe I said 5, but either way, it's Warriors -10, Blazers +10 here. Warriors should have no trouble winning this game. We don't want to take 2 big spreads here. We already got the Celtics -9. I'm going to bet on that a little bit more than I'd bet on the Warriors -10 here. Still got to see Steph Curry get it done in game action. But overall, this Blazers team, they were able to overcome no Norman Powell very well. They're able to overcome no CJ McCollum very well. I think the no Nurkic is what snags this Blazers team. So stay away from Blazers plus 10. If you want to bet this game, Warriors minus 10 is the better play overall. But we've already got 3 better values in my opinion, so no need to push anything. And then the last game, or should we be pushing things today because it is the first day back? I think we should. Yeah, all right. You know what? Actually, we are. We're calling all games here, folks. I'm calling an audible. My producer just was in my ear. I'm taking all the games tonight, folks, and I don't give a damn. I'm going to look Vegas right in their face and say, you're making the wrong decision. We're taking the Grizzlies minus 2. Obviously, I got to take the Suns minus 10. I can't go 6 of the 7 games. I either had to go all the games or just what we were doing. So I gotta bite the bullet here and go Suns minus 10. That's all there is to it, folks. I'm not betting on the Thunder team. The Suns, Devin Booker by himself can beat the Thunder team by 10 points by himself. We just have to see how good it is for the next time this Suns team faces very good talent. This Thunder team is not good talent. So, we're taking the Suns minus 10. We're circling back around, taking the Grizzlies minus 2. We're swallowing 10 here by the Warriors. In the final game tonight, folks, we're taking all 7. The final game tonight, Nuggets at the Kings. We predicted this one at Nuggets minus 2.5, and it's Nuggets minus 4, Kings plus 4. And I'm going to, I wish I was getting a little bit more beef. Give me Kings plus 6. If you give me Kings plus 6, that's a home run lock-in. But I am going to go Kings plus 4 here. I'm ready to kind of see what this Kings team can do. Sabonis, can you finally do something, please, beneficial to your team winning games here? I love this Nuggets team. Don't get me wrong. Once again, Jokic, MVP candidate, absolutely. But need a little bit more scoreability on this Nuggets team, where the Kings, now since the trade deadline is over, the All-Star break has came and went. They had a solid week to kind of be like, all right, this is what the team is now. We got De'Aaron Fox back. We got Sabonis, Davion Mitchell. You know what your role is now here since you're still here. And once again, we know what we are because, once again, nobody healed, no Tyrese Halliburton. We know what we are. We don't have to worry about who's going to be here and who's not going to be here. They know what this offense can be with this week break that they had. Also, we get the Kings at the 13th seed, ready to, come on, let's make a playoff push. You're about 4 games back from that 10th seed of being in the play-in tournament. Let's strive for that, shall we, Kings? I'm going to take the 4 with the Kings here, folks. Wish I had a little bit more, but I'm going to believe in the Kings here tonight, folks. Hopefully, it doesn't bite me in the butt. But here it is, folks. Here it is. We're taking all 7 games tonight. Pistons plus 6, Celtics minus 9, Bulls minus 3.5, Grizzlies minus 2, Suns minus 10, Warriors minus 10, Kings plus 4. Look at us, folks. We're reformed. We got 3 big spreads swallowing points. Who are we, folks? We are the new takes by fans. After the All-Star break, we are new and improved. We will swallow big spreads. They do not fear. The big spreads hold no power over us. We take back our lives. We take reins. We are taking full control of the reins of our lives, swallowing points, not shying away from big bad spreads, ready to blow our house down. No. We open that door. That wolf is taking a deep ass breath, ready to blow down our house, and we little piggies, we open the door and say, no, you breathe away from this house. We are standing away from the big bad. We are standing up to the big bad wolf, the big bad spreads here that Vegas sets for us and says, no, we will cash in. We will swallow those points. You do not fear us, and your fear does not hold us back from cashing out. Are you hearing me, Vegas? Are you hearing me? We are big, bad, and ready to roll back end of the season. Vegas will not get the better of us no more. Ready to cash out tonight on the first day back in the NBA, folks. Once again, 7 picks going Pistons +6, Celtics -9, Bulls -3.5, Grizzlies -2, Suns -10, Warriors -10, Kings +4. Best bets of tonight, I would say the Bulls -3.5 is the best bet overall. I love the Pistons +6. I think I do love the Grizzlies -2. Once again, hopefully Vegas isn't playing the game here. They may be playing a game here, folks, and if they did play the game, well, here I am, the sucker, falling right into the trap bet of the night, folks. So hopefully that's not the case, but Bulls -3 is the single best bet of tonight. Woof. Alrighty, folks. Woof. Oh, wow. Whoa, I'm feeling so good, folks. Talking spreads, talking betting. Woof. I'm back, baby. I love it. I love it. The last few shows, I've always been a little bit down. Oh, what can I bet? What can we talk about betting? Oh, we can't. Now we're back, baby. We're back and we're ready to cash. Back and ready to cash. Is that the new slogan for at least for the week here? Back and ready to cash, baby. And we just picked 7 straight up teams here. Not sorry, not sorry. Vegas, you'll be sorry because we're bankrupting you. A 7-teamer? Ooh, what is this? 7-teamer, folks. 7-team odds plus 9,170. So you put $100 on this, folks. You're walking away with $9,000. Sheesh. Man, oh man. What can you do with $9,270.22, folks? I didn't do a whole lot. I parlay that into another 7-teamer tomorrow for $9,000, folks. Let's put this, because there's 7 games tomorrow, too, so we take $100. Folks, do you all know investments, folks? Do you know investing? I know everyone's like, oh, you get into crypto, and you get into stocks, and I even know somebody that's flipping couches. That's what it's resorted down to, folks. People trying to get more money, they're flipping couches. He did make out, so I can't knock it too much. The man did make a pretty good profit on that first couch. A little jealous. I may have to get into the couching game as well. But, I mean, folks, let's take $100 on the 7-teamer. You win $9,000. Then you come back tomorrow when we will once again take every single game because it's, the first 2 days back. We'll probably take all the games tomorrow as well. Another 7-teamer tomorrow, but this time we put $9,270 on it, $9,270 on it, and then we win $901,000. Folks, you can go from $100,000 to, or $100,000. No, you only need $100 to start, folks. 2 days. 2 days? $100 it costs you to win $900,000, folks? Are you crazy? Of course you do this. $100. What's $100? Nothing. You take $100, you win $9,000 tonight, and then you come back tomorrow, and then you parlay all that $9,000 into winning $900,000, folks. Get ready, folks. Will you get ready? We haven't been able to bet in a week, okay? We're ready to make $900,000 in 2 days. We're ready. We're ready. We're ready. All right. Alrighty, folks. Woof. Glad to be back betting. Glad to be talking about betting again, folks. It is absolutely great. Hopefully it was great for y'all as well. Alrighty, folks. So we are going to be out of here for today. We're back live tomorrow, noon Eastern, when we cash in our $9,000. Oh, I'm already spending it, folks. I'm already spending the $9,000. Woof, woof, woof. Oh, I'm pumped. I got $9,000 in my bank account, ready for $900,000 tomorrow. $900,000 tomorrow. Are y'all ready for that? The grand spectacular $900,000 show. Woo! Alrighty, folks, we're back live tomorrow noon Eastern to cash in the $9,000. We'll give you the tips to make $900,000 tomorrow on the next set of games back from the NBA All-Star break. So, enjoy basketball tonight. Got the doubleheader on TNT starting at 7:30. It's going to be fantastic. We'll see how these teams perform after the All-Star break to see if they are true contenders or are true pretenders. We'll know more tomorrow. So we're back to live tomorrow, noon Eastern, basketball, football. Got to start doing our final thoughts on the NFL season as well. Got to kick that off tomorrow as well. So, whoo, man, oh man, I've just got betting on the brain. If it's not betting, I don't even care about it. For the rest of today, if you're not talking betting, don't talk to me. You understand me? All right, folks, we're out of here. Have a great one. Win some money in the NBA, and we will see you back here tomorrow, folks. Alrighty, have an app.